welcome to our instructional videos for Altinity.cloud. In this video, we will be performing simple queries on a ClickHouse cluster created in Altinity.cloud. Don't say that 3 times fast. This video assumes that you have access to Altinity.cloud and that you've already created a cluster. If you haven't, check out the other videos in the Altinity.cloud series or visit the Altinity documentation page at docs.altinity.com. The link will be in the description field. Making ClickHouse queries is very similar to other SQL-based database languages. You can find a full description on ClickHouse SQL commands on clickhouse.tech. This guide is going to focus on using the Altinity.cloud Explorer feature to enter our SQL queries. You can use other remote clients such as the Terminal ClickHouse client application or the Python ClickHouse driver. With that, let's get started. Log in to your Altinity.cloud account and select Explore for the cluster you want to work with. Let's take a moment to explore the Explore page. There's 3 major sections. First is the Query section. This is where we can input new queries and see the responses. We've included some information as a guide to help with your queries. Second is Schema. Right now, for our example, there's nothing to show, but this is where you can see your databases and the tables in your ClickHouse cluster. The last is Processes. This shows what processes are currently running on your cluster. Some of these processes are used to provide health information and other important data on your cluster that you can see in the cluster's view page. Only modify these processes if you know exactly what it is that you're doing. All right, let's go to our queries. It's going to be very simple. We're just going to create 2 tables and include some database engine commands that control how these tables are distributed across our cluster. We're not going to go into full detail here, so as mentioned earlier, if you have questions about these, please refer to the ClickHouse documentation on clickhouse.tech, or you can go to the Altinity documentation at docs.altinity.com. The queries used here are on our Altinity documentation quick start guide for Altinity.cloud, so you can just copy and paste these right into the query text box. First, we're going to create our table events_local. This query includes a lot of macro information. Instead of having to specify what database to use, what cluster, and so on, Altinity.cloud is going to fill that in for us. This saves a lot of time and preserves accuracy since you don't have to spell everything out. You can use queries just like these with macros and then use them across different clusters. All right, I put in the query. All that's left is to hit execute. And boom, results. Our table is created. Let's go ahead and create our second table called events. Again, we have some macro information, got it in there, click execute, and done. We can see that these tables were created in the default database. If we open up a table, we can see the structure and some sample rows. In this case, there's no sample rows because there's no data yet. So let's go back and import some data. Back to the query section. We'll just add some data into events. And once we're done, now we'll do a select off of the events table. We have confirmation that the data was added, and our select shows a nicely formatted table with our queried data. If we jump back into Schema, we can see the data in our sample row data for our tables, including our link table. Now again, this is just a very simple example, just very simple results, but now you know how to use Altinity.cloud to make direct queries against your own clusters. Thank you for watching. If you want more, visit our Altinity documentation site. Check out our latest blogs or sign up for our next event at the Altinity resources page. Thanks again for being here, and until next time, happy coding.